Well, at the start of a very brand new year, we can always do with a little bit of motivation. And this morning, we're joined by inspirational speaker and author Angelique du Toit. Now, her latest motivational book asks a question that I think we've all been faced with in our minds at some point or another. It asks the question, what in the world are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? And we hope to find pearls of wisdom from speaking to her this morning. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
I'm doing so well. Thank you, Kat. Lovely to be here with you.
And Happy New Year. The book looks absolutely wonderful. It's fresh off the printer. It's only been around now for about a couple of weeks, as you were telling me earlier on. But I want to talk about the title, a very provocative one, thought-provoking one. What in the world are you waiting for? What made you choose that title?
It's a really good question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I have just found in my life that so many wonderful people with enormous potential that I come across are waiting for something to happen before they will give themselves permission to succeed. And, you know, we don't have to wait for anything because opportunity is not something that one day is going to come. Opportunity is here. The only thing we need to do is live with intent, live intentionally. Look at every opportunity that comes your way as something that could be an open door to a whole new horizon. What did Oprah say?
Yeah,
there's a new day on the horizon.
There it is, yes.
And you know, it is now. And so everything is hashtag now is the time. And so we've got to be in it to influence.
Hence the question, so then what are you waiting for? Because opportunity is right now. I love the thought of that. And let me quickly tap into your past. And I understand that you didn't have a very easy upbringing. At the age of 14, you were forced to earn a living on your own. You didn't go to high school, yet here you are with your second book and doing successfully at that. So what was going on in your mind? What were the challenges that you faced at the time?
I think like many people face low self-esteem, low self-image, no sense of worth. What am I going to do? I have a standard 6 education. I looked at everybody else that was so-called successful. What in the world was I going to do?
Yeah.
And I realized some very, very powerful lessons at a very young age. And the first one is about choice. You know, if you're going to wait for somebody else to do something for you, you might wait an entire life long. And it's like Jim Rohn says, you can't send somebody else to the gym to do your push-ups for you. True. You've got to go and do them yourself. And so I realized that if it was going to be, it had to be up to me. And that's where I started to learn about intentional living, about being in the moment, looking at every obstacle, it didn't matter how gigantic it was, as an opportunity to say, how could I furnish my life with this, to give me the opportunity to get where it is that I believe I deserve to be. And as I write much and very vulnerably in the book about the journey that I went through, really exposing my heart of what I needed to let go of in order to become the person I was destined to be. And you know, that can be quite a scary journey.
I can imagine, especially at such a young age.
Exactly, and it takes courage, you know, because all you do is you look at other people that are being successful and you keep thinking, it'll never be my portion, until I made the decision. If that's where I want to be, I've got to sow where I want to go, and I've got to sow into where I want to grow. So I actually have 2 degrees, even though I have no education. I have a PhD, which means I'm past having doubts. And I have an MB.CHB, and I've been molded by challenges and blessings.
That's incredible. Can I quickly ask this? Yes. How do you then, at that young age, develop such a resolve to get yourself out of there? I mean, a lot of people are facing similar challenges right now where maybe family support isn't there. They've dropped out of school. It looks like there's no hope. Where did you find your strength and all these lessons that you were able to learn at such a young age?
Kat, I don't believe that anyone achieves any level of success without standing on the shoulders of somebody else who really cares, who really comes alongside you. And I have 3 very significant women in my life during that period who were so loving, so not judgmental, just came alongside me and were prepared to bend down low enough for me to get on their shoulders to get to the next level. And that's really what I desire to do with my book, because I know there are many people in this nation who deserve to be living better lives, who deserve a better opportunity. And the message to them really is, don't wait for somebody else to do it for you. Connect with those who have your best interests at heart, but don't wait, because big things do start small.
Lovely thoughts. Thank you so much, Angelique. We're going to ask you to stay with us for a little while longer and tap into your wealth of knowledge and talk a bit more about your book as well. What in the world are you waiting for? Opportunity is right now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on this Wednesday morning on SABC3, and we're all about motivating you into the new year and helping you build a better life for yourself. And we've got our guest, Angelique du Toit, who's also the author of a book called What in the World Are You Waiting For? And in the book, you believe that the power of gratitude is a very powerful one. Now, exactly what does gratitude mean to you, Angelique, and why is it so powerful?
Gratitude, simply put, is thankfulness. You know, we can find so many things to complain about. The human race suffers from the 3 C's: complaining, condemning, and criticizing. And, you know, there is a lot that we can be unhappy about. But if we would just have a shift in mindset that says, you know what, there is so much to be thankful for. And that really, I believe, came out of the story of my life, because, you know, the story for all of our lives is the very fabric that becomes the material to create your future opportunity. But you cannot step into opportunity powerfully if you've got the grumbles. And so gratitude, first of all, to our Creator, to His creation, to the beauty that surrounds us, to people. I mean, I look at all of you here this morning, all of you operating your different gifts, your skills, your talents. That's so much to have gratitude for. Look at people cooking, look at somebody else, you know, understanding finance. I mean, we live in a world that is so colorful, so rich. What is not to be thankful for?
Absolutely.
And I have just found that one of the secrets to success is gratitude.
Wow. Start being grateful for everything that you have
Absolutely.
today. And what about one of your chapters in the book that speaks about being in, or going in, all the way in? What does it mean, and why is that such an important part of being successful?
It's the favorite chapter of that book for me, and it's chapter 17, and it's called You've Got to Be in It to Influence It. And this is the reality.
Okay.
You cannot influence anything or have authority in anything unless you're fully in it, unless you're fully committed. And a lot of people say to me, well, how did you get to this level of success with no education? I made up my mind that if I was going to do something, I was going to be all in. I was going to give it my all. I was going to put power behind it. I was going to give everything that I could possibly give as my person, my human being, into that thing.
Your energy, your effort, your time.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I can't walk into an operating theatre and conduct a surgery because I have absolutely no influence there. I have no authority there because I'm not in that. I'm in what I know to do. And so many of the questions that I would ask your viewers is, are you in your marriage, or are you just married?
Wow.
Are you in your parenting, or are you just a parent?
Wow.
And are you in your career, or are you just doing a job?
Whew. And in closing, what would be your final words of encouragement to South Africans looking at 2018?
Trust the processes of your life. We don't always understand what happens in our lives, but trust them. Because if you'll live it with gratitude, doors will begin to open. We've got to take the risk to get out of the rut.
Excellent.
And you know, life really is about attitude. And I don't believe we need to be a victim for anybody. I believe it's a choice to live in victory. And the absolute principle that I live by is you win or you lose by the way that you choose. So what in the world are we waiting for?
Thank you very much, Angelique. It's been wonderful having you here. The book is available. It's called What in the World Are You Waiting For? Of in Afrikaans. Waarvoor wag jy dan? Kry vir jou 'n kopie and let your 2018 be a prosperous one.